Thank you. So welcome everyone. It's lovely to see you again on the first day of lockdown here in the UK. We're here to celebrate Christmas anyway. We're in the festive spirit with our PA Forum and PA Guide Festive Showcase. So for those of you that might have never met me before, my name's Daniel. I'm the founder of PA Forum and it's our 4th birthday today. Happy birthday. and this is
Una, and I run the PA Guide. So
we work really closely together, representing and helping and supporting our partners across the West Midlands. Obviously, we've done this to try and we wanted to bring to you a range of restaurants, bars, hotels, venues, and online experiences that would be able to enhance your festive spirit this year. As you can imagine, unfortunately, we have had to have some changes to the programme today and moving forward because a lot of venues have been closed or been put back onto furlough again, but we are delighted to be joined by our team here today. So we just want to have a quick show of hands. Has anybody thought about Christmas yet or booked anything in for Christmas at all?
Me.
Okay, well, we wanted to, we've got a range of different partners online with us today, and basically each of them will have 5 minutes to share a presentation with you or to talk through what you might get some inspiration from for them for Christmas. Absolutely not, Tracy, I can see. Okay, so without further ado, shall we crack on, Una?
Yeah, definitely. So first up, we have Reese, who is joining us from City Pantry. Hi, Reese.
Hiya. Lucky number 1. Cool. I've got a presentation, so bear with me while I just work out how to share my screen. 2 seconds.
Thank you. You got talking about lovely food, Reese. Please.
I am. Definitely. So just
time, I'm hungry.
With that in mind, I'll try and speed through my 5 minutes and not keep you guys too long. So just quickly, has anybody heard of City Pantry before? No? Cool. So in a nutshell, we are now the largest B2B food delivery platform in the world, actually, just outside of China. And that is because this time last year, we were acquired by Just Eat Takeaway as part of their merger. And just to kind of give you a bit of backstory, of course, our normal kind of product offering was office catering. So meetings, events, team lunches. And of course, as we all know, since COVID and lockdown, a lot of people are now working from home. So we had to pivot slightly to kind of bring something that enables people to kind of feed their teams at home, and perfectly obviously in line and in time for Christmas. So with the birth of that, we birthed what we call pantry packages or Just Eat vouchers, and I'll talk through those in a little bit more detail. But the idea is it just offers like contact-free delivery right to your employees' homes, and they typically start from around £12 per head with like nationwide delivery. A bit of these. So actually, so speaking to Una, so it was a similar story with like a lot of like office managers, EAs, PAs, and HR teams and companies that we already kind of work with. And the question was, what can we do about Christmas? So we have vendors such as like Country City Catering, who you'll see on the top left, and they have Country City Catering and Platter Up, and they have like these Christmas hampers, including stuff like mulled wine, cheese boards, mince pies, sausage rolls, hot chocolate. Kind of all your cool like little winter warmers that can also be packaged and sent to your colleagues at home. Now, kind of in a continuation to that, speaking to a lot of people, they just wanted a cool way to kind of jazz up some of their Zoom calls, because obviously, as you probably know, a lot of people are now kind of a bit sick and tired and bored of quizzes. Me personally, I love them, but people just wanted something a bit different to kind of bring to the teams. So also what you'll see on the bottom is Patty and Bun and Pizza Pilgrims, who offer like DIY pizza kits. So they're like a cool way kind of just, again, jazzing up your Zoom calls and having like kind of virtual come dine with me, ready, steady, cook, bake off type vibes, just to bring something different. And as a whole, it's kind of a great way just to kind of celebrate successes with your team, whether that be like end of week treats, people hitting bonuses, birthdays, or of course the main one being Christmas at the moment, and not being able to see your teams kind of in the office or down the pub, as we all like to be. So in addition to that, we also kind of offer Just Eat gift cards. So again, very kind of simple, because we've been acquired by Just Eat. Through us, companies are able to purchase these gift cards to send to their colleagues, to then use kind of on a Just Eat account and order food directly from a restaurant that's local to them. And then the idea is kind of what we've been doing on like Fridays is people getting a beer, a pizza, join a Zoom call, kind of have a quick chat and a catch up, and just a nice way to kind of round off. So, oh, the presentation's been cut here. I think I've shared the one, but basically the other kind of slides will go across is just about the ordering. So of course for us, GDPR is massive. It's kind of on everyone's lips at the moment. So when it does kind of come to ordering, we would send kind of your colleagues a type form just so they can choose kind of the packages that we have on offer, let us know their dietary requirements. The information would then be stored in like a spreadsheet. We'd only use that to complete delivery, and then it would be discarded unless you guys suggest otherwise. And also similar to the Just Eat gift cards, if you guys would purchase them, again, on behalf of your employees, the two options would be, we can email them directly to your employees with a welcome email, just explaining kind of how they work. So kind of, yeah, instructions on how to apply them, or we can kind of send them directly to you guys in like a spreadsheet, just for you guys to divvy out individually, depending on how you guys see fit with your data. I had another kind of slide on here as well, just around kind of delivery providers and the vendors that we use. So we only operate with vendors of a 4-star hygiene rating and above. Again, a really big thing I see at the moment with COVID. All the vendors in stores, like their chefs and the cleaners, etc., will all be kind of wearing PPE. And same with kind of like you say, your contact your delivery drivers obviously would be performing contact-free deliveries. Now, we also kind of have a few promotions for any of you guys who would want to kind of learn a little bit more about these and explore options for the team. Toying between the ideas of kind of just giving you some vouchers just to kind of have lunch on us while you kind of sift through all this information and have a look. And also kind of any of the hampers that you did kind of take a liking to, we would also kind of offer you guys like a sample hamper, first of all, just so you get a look and a feel of how they look and how they come. And then, of course, like I said, you guys can go on to purchase if you like. Now, what I will do, my contact details are on the last slide. So I'll share these with Una and Daniel and kind of the rest of the team, just so you can kind of get a bit more info. And like I said, just open to any questions or any follow-ups post this.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Yes, no problem.
No, that has made me very hungry, Reece.
I tried one of those Pizza Pilgrims ones and they're really good.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah,
Yeah.
favorite down here.
We did have a question in the chat box, Reece.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's have a quick look.
It just said, is there anything I could send safely to our construction sites? Our operations director would like to send something, but is concerned about asking employees to share during COVID-19.
Yeah, sure. So like I said, Country City Catering is one of the providers. We've got platter-ups, and like I said, in there, they've probably, each vendor's probably got maybe between 5 and 10 different boxes, or ones I can share that list with. So like I said, if we're looking for kind of mulled wine, cheese, nibbles, that sort of thing, like I said, they can be sent out. In regards to sharing, of course, they can be sent directly to employees' homes. If it's to a construction site, each of the packages will be individually boxed and labelled with name labels. Therefore, when they arrive, people can just see, yeah, that belongs to Reece. You can take yours and leave the rest and don't need to kind of like cross-contaminate or touch anybody else's. But yeah, like I said, if you want to share some details of where they are, of course, I can share some available options with you.
Cool. Excellent. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Moving on then, we've got Rachel from Fairway Learning.
Hi everybody, so I've also got some slides to share. Part of my offering is a quiz, so I'm glad that you do still like them, even though, like I said, the theory was that people have gone off them, but they're selling like hotcakes, so who knew? So anyway, I'll just get my presentation up. So I'm from Fairway Learning and Development. My husband and I are a two-man team and we support businesses predominantly with behavioural skills normally. But for Christmas, we thought we'd turn our attention to a bit of fun. And most people, even if their L&D budget was frozen, they still had a Christmas budget. So that's always good. We spent all of this year flipping our whole offering to the virtual space. So lots of experience now in Zoom. And adapt to that. Zoom is our favourite though. So what is our Christmas offering? So there are a few options. The Team Fun options standalone, and they start £150 range, and obviously all virtual, and we can bolt them together with a second session, which is team development. The most popular one here is Trust Builder, so you could have an afternoon event if that's what you wanted to do. We have booked lots. We've only got 2 sessions left actually, and we could be more flexible if people went for just the Christmas quiz, but we can be open to discussing your needs. Everybody seems to want either lunchtime or late afternoon slots, so we do the best we can between us to meet your needs. The quiz is much easier to accommodate because it's the shorter session, but equally all 3 Team Fun options are available. The team development options are Christmassy type themes to things that we normally do. And as I say, Trust is the one that's been the most popular. So before I give you my contact details, I thought we'd have a little go, so you could have a little taste to see what it might be like. So make sure you've got the chat box open, because I'm going to ask for your answers in the chat. I know, right? So there are only a few questions I thought I'd share with you. So the first question is it true that eggnog originated from England? So Leanne's off the mark quickly with a true, so yes. Yeah, Caroline's agreeing, and then Daniel and Gav coming with the alternatives. So at least a couple of you are correct in your thinking, because actually, yes, and it first came out in 1693. I don't know if anybody likes eggnog, but even just looking at it makes me feel it. But yeah, so eggnog. So let's have a look at the next one. So again, I've chosen the simpler ones for us to go for. So this is a true or false. Tinsel was originally made from strands of silver. Is this true or false? Yeah, the states tried to take, mind you, they better not say elections from the states after. So true or false, true or false? Yeah, so Rebecca and Una, I'm delighted to report, and I really would like to bring it back. You imagine what it must look like to have real silver on your tree. I know, but maybe in 2020, when cash is king, we ought to stick with a little bit of tinsel. Can you believe that? Okay, and this one, this is hopefully taking us back to our childhoods. In the song Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, what are the names of the first 4 reindeer of Santa? So I'm looking for 4 answers here, and you can have a point for each one.
Oh, that's really hard, Rachel.
Oh, Claire, well done. You've got 4 out there. Caroline's made one up. I quite like a Randolph reindeer. Come on, Dan, have a go. Yeah, there's always got to be a Blitzen, hasn't there, you would imagine? Prancer, yeah, I like a Prancer. Just give everybody the chance to have a type away, or maybe a Google. I can see your eyes. Prancer and Dancer, Dasher and Donna, that's all we know. It's like the 7 Dwarfs, isn't it? When it's on, we can all sing along, but then try to think of their names ourselves. So here we go, let's have our reveal. So yeah, it's Dasher, Dancer, Prancer and Vixen. Then Comet, Cupid, Donna and Blitzen.
So Vixen.
Vixen, yeah. So we didn't get the Vixen. That should have been the one top of the ton. Yeah, where's Cupid? I know. Cupid is in the 4th lot. Dancer and Dasher. I've got grandchildren, so I can verify these are correct answers. So that's just a little taste of the sorts of things we do. We have questions, we have a little mini scavenger hunt, and we have picture round, and we have a music round as well. So I just thought, rather than taking up more than my 5 minutes, I would just give you some of our question ones. I'm glad you love a quiz, Claire. And so if you want more information, there's my contact details. As I say, we do have a few slots left, and we're dead happy to accommodate evening with eggnog if that's what people want. So that's us. So any more information about what we do at Fairway, our website is www.fairwaylearning.com. christmasfestival.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. And oh, do you know what? I can just see Reese's face was just lighting up as those questions came up on the screen. It's brilliant.
I tried to do, I don't know if any of you did, because I'm not resurrecting my family quiz. My dad turned it into this event that was like, I felt like I was on Mastermind. It was just like this.
Yeah.
It was so serious. But I remember a puppy quiz I did, and it was, is this an IKEA piece of furniture or is it a swear word? And I'm trying to find, is this an IKEA ornament, a Christmas ornament, or is it a swear word? And unfortunately, that was really not appropriate for a corporate quiz event. So we scrapped that round.
Fantastic. Thank you, Rachel. So next up, we have Gail from Magnificence.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Yes,
Yes.
good. Okay, I'm going to try and attempt to share my screen.
Thank you so much, Gail, as well, for jumping in today, because we had a small change at the very last minute of yesterday, didn't we? So Gail jumped in. I'm really grateful for you joining us. So thank you, Gail.
That's okay. That's okay. So Magnificence is a full-service event agency, and we are based in Bedfordshire. But like many of us, sorry, my mouse has gone to sleep. Many of us, we've had to pivot somewhat to keep sort of going. So we've got Magnificence Gifts as well, which is on our Etsy shop. So just briefly, Hi Magnificence is myself and Lisa. We're actually sisters as well. And we actually pride ourselves on being a think tank and bespoke event agency. So with regards to sort of venue finding and things like that, we actually put our clients in the right place as opposed to those just after the commission side of things. So that's one of the things that we sort of pride ourselves on. But to get onto the festivities, which I know that I'm supposed to be here for, we just wanted to alert you to our virtual events, which we're saying it's in the bag, because like many other event companies, we're sending out everything in bags to the recipient. So it's all ready to go. And then we can either do a webinar that's pre-programmed, or we can do live Zooms with you. So just as you can see, fragrance making is something that we ordinarily do when we're in normal times. But we're actually sending out our kits in a bag, and we actually go through the base, top, middle notes with you, and you're actually creating your own unique fragrance, perfume or aftershave. So Lisa and I are perfumiers as well. We've also got our scented ornaments. So as you can see there, we've got a little bell, Christmas tree, Father Christmas and snowman. So we can also scent those, and you can decorate those. Make your own sweet tree. Now this isn't in a bag, this is in a box, but we basically send you all the ingredients and instructions to actually make your own sweet tree. It's all edible apart from the glass bottom that you can see and the stem, because we haven't found anything strong enough to withhold the all the sweets on top, because by the time you've got all the Haribos or the different sweets that we use, it obviously becomes very sort of top heavy. So we yeah, you can't eat that, I'm afraid, but and then you can have a personalized message on the glass. We also sell these on Etsy, and you can actually have them as corporate gifts. So you're able to put on your logo or any message up to 25 characters on the glass bottom. Once the sweets have been devoured, they come with a little tea light candle, and then can be used afterwards as a candle. I'm whizzing through this because I'm aware of the 5 minutes. I know a lot of other event companies are doing these, but just that you know, we do have other virtual ideas such as murder mystery, gin tasting, wine tasting, name that tune, Team Millionaire, and virtual culinary games as well. So the perfume and the chocolate is something that Lisa and I do in-house. And then we've got a little black book of other suppliers we work with to bring other virtual events to you. And then I just wanted to share quickly with you, and do excuse the presentation, but as Dan said, it was a little bit lastminute.com, so I've just literally just pulled a few things off our shop to show you. So we've got chocolate letterbox gifts that you can send through, you know, with regards to lockdown again at the moment. They're brilliant just to send, you know, something to say I'm thinking of you. We've got Dylan, our pre-scented doorstop, and we send a refill with that as well. We've got Clara the cat, which is pre-scented, and you have a choice of various fragrances, and then we have a refill to go with those. You'll also see in the middle some purple roses. They're actually soap flowers. So you actually drop those into your bath, and you can pretend to be Cleopatra, because it gives a lovely sort of creamy milk. Also, we have little letterbox hampers. You'll see in the jar as well, oh, my mouse, is the purple stones. They're actually lavender sleep stones. So they've been infused with lavender. They're lava rocks. And when you open those, it releases the scent of lavender, and it aids your sleep, believe it or not. And yeah, it just fills the room with a nice scent. Over to the left is our Smashing Christmas Smash Cup. Again, you can have those personalised corporately or privately. You can write your own, or we write the message for you. And then further on down, you'll see more hampers and soap flowers, and the kit form, again, we can send as personal gifts. So that's really us in a nutshell, really. If we're not being a full service event agency, we've got our Etsy shop, which is ideal for, as I say, corporate gifting or personal gifts. So please do take a look at us. Social media platforms, we're on Magnificence 5. And under Etsy, it's Magnificence Gifts, but I can send the links to Una and Dan if they won't mind sharing for us. So yeah, so that's us in a whistle stop sort of last minute type thing.
No, thank you so much. Really great.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you ever so much for that. There's some questions in the chat box. So is this UK only?
No, it can be abroad as well.
Okay, so moving on, the next person we've got is Kieran, who is joining us from the Telegraph Hotel.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, which is a very new hotel in Coventry. Oh. Gail, could you see if you could unshare your screen?
There you go. Can everyone see that? All right.
Yes.
Yeah. So this has now turned into a very different presentation due to the current government guidelines. So I had to do a few makeshift things. And in regards to our Christmas offering, I think it's going to be to be confirmed for a lot of things. But what I'll do is I'll just go through what the hotel is and what it's going to bring to the city as well. So my name is Kieran, I'm the sales manager for the Telegraph Hotel. And I had to change this originally from opening on the 18th of November. Unfortunately, we have had to change that now to opening soon. I have been on paternity leave this week, so I am still awaiting a lot of updates of when we can open. And I'm hoping after a month we'll be able to open before Christmas, maybe. We'll wait and see. The hotel itself, so it's in the heart of the city centre, and it's been created in the former Coventry Telegraph paper building, which was back in the 1950s. So the sort of image and view of the owners is absolutely fantastic for this, that they've managed to create it into a hotel, and they've managed to keep a lot of the same architecture from when it was the Telegraph building as well. The hotel's run through Bespoke Hotels, who, as you can see there, is the largest independent hotel company in the UK. They will be supporting us throughout. A lot of the pictures you'll see in the presentation are CGIs. We are still waiting for our photographer to come and take some pictures, where the hotel is near enough finished now. But I can stress that the pictures that you see in the CGIs do look identical to what the hotel is going to look like, which is absolutely fantastic. So I know that sometimes misperception of CGIs and they don't look anything like what the hotel's going to be like, but it you know, that's a shot of what our reception area looks like and at the moment. Okay, so the hotel has 88 bedrooms with a mixture of sort of your standard rooms, your family rooms, twin rooms, and we also have 11 duplex rooms, which are sort of upgraded suites. These are my favourite rooms in the hotel because they actually open out to a winter garden, which is shared amongst the 11 rooms within sort of the hotel. It's nice and private. I think it's going to be absolutely perfect for people as well that would want to sort of get away from the office, or if they are working from home, need another environment to go and work in, it'll be fantastic. The shot that you see here, this is one of our rooms. And the best one we've got obviously in the hotel is going to be our Lord Iliff suite. So Lord Iliff was the person that used to run the Telegraph, and he actually used to live in-house. So we've tried to keep sort of an element of that in. So we've transformed his sort of room into a bigger room, which also has a wet room and a hot tub terrace. So that's one to look forward to for a nice romantic weekend away. And on the terrace, it looks out over to our rooftop bar that we will be having at the hotel as well. Okay. Meeting and events. So the picture you see here is our editor's suite, which we can accompany up to 140 guests in. Perfect for your parties, your weddings, and what we would have had Christmas parties. But obviously we're not going to have that this year, but hopefully next year we'll be able to fill that out. We'll be able to do weddings in here, large networking events. It also has, just through the door, through this way, it has a bar attached to it as well. On the 3rd floor, we have 2 other meeting rooms that were actually Lord Iliff's original boardrooms. So it's got all the original paneling going all the way around, and the actual boardroom has the original boardroom table that they used to have the meetings on as well. So there's a lot of stuff that still we've tried to keep in the hotel to give that sort of 1950s feel, original. On site, we have an all-day bar and restaurant dining as well. So it's called Form and Chase, which I'm being told is a newspaper reference that I have to do a bit more research upon. It's something the owners came up with, so that we can fit up to sort of 100 guests in the bar and restaurant area. We'll be able to do sort of afternoon teas, grazing lunches, anything there as well. So we're looking forward to opening that to the public. When we did go live, we had quite a lot of bookings already, so it's a shame that we're not going to be able to see that from opening on the 18th. And of course, with the City of Culture happening, I've had to change this slide a little bit. I don't know if any of you have had a look on social media about what they're doing in Coventry with the ice rink at the cathedral. And we actually had Glympernal looking to do something on our rooftop bar around sort of the festive season. So at the moment, that is sort of on the back pedal, but hopefully I'll be able to give some updates on what else we can offer around that time. But we're perfectly located in the city next to some really fantastic attractions as well. And for everyone that's not from Coventry, we are in the middle of the country, so we are quite close to everything. We're close to the train station. Birmingham International NEC is sort of a 10-minute train journey, and with the motorway links as well. And there's some more details if you wanted to get in touch and have any more questions. In terms of our Christmas offering, what we're hoping to do is sort of Christmas lunches, Christmas Day lunch. We're looking to do something around New Year's Eve as well. Because I know that we can't all go out and party and celebrate at 12 o'clock. We're looking to do something different for New Year's. As I said, with everything that's happening, I am still waiting updates, and it is such a shame that I haven't been able to fill the slides with everything that we want to do. But hopefully I'll be able to join the next time on the next one and be able to tell you everything that we're going to be doing.
Absolutely, Matt. I think it's been highly anticipated. We had the grand on a couple of weeks ago, and obviously yourself today. And I think you can see from the chat box, people are eagerly anticipating your opening. So
yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
As much as you are, I suppose, as well.
Yeah, I think it's something that the city really needs. I don't think we've ever had anything like this in Coventry before. You know, I'm from Coventry, born and bred, and I think just everything that's happening in the city with the city of culture, all the new developments, and now we're going to be a focal point within that as well. So I think it's going to bring a lot of something different to the city.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you. Right.
Thank God.
Last but not least, can everybody still hear me? Because my internet is really playing up today, which is really helpful. We have Leanne from Viva Esprit events, who is joining us to tell us about our virtual advent calendar.
Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes.
Perfect. So thank you for having me. I'm very excited to share this with you all. So a little bit about me. I am an event manager for an event agency, and where traditionally we would be doing events, we as well have had to pivot to all things virtual. So the concept kind of was born actually at the start of the first lockdown. So back in April, I just did sit on it a little bit, but traditionally we would organise events for Christmas parties for numbers in the thousands. So I kind of knew from the get-go we weren't going to be bringing thousands of people together anytime soon, or in close proximity, or to do something just as fun as a Christmas party. So that's where the idea of a digital advent calendar was born. And obviously I toyed between lots of ideas, but I wanted to come up with something that was exciting, engaging, and was also giving back. So I'll just go through the simple steps. We have 2 calendars to choose from. One being the 12 days of Christmas, or 12 days of giving, however you wish to name it. Which is run across 12 days, and then each day your staff would log in. Then we also have a week one, so we're calling it the week of festive fun, which will be 5 working days. However, it's important to say that we're really not limited to that. You can have as many or as little days as you wish. There's complete flexibility, and a lot of people are doing 2 fortnights of 5 working days and not including the weekends, which is understandable. Then we would design the advent calendar. So we've already got quite a few designs already, but you can either have it completely bespoke, or go with something quite traditional in terms of your company branding, or go crazy and have it super festive. A lot of people are steering away from going too festive though, because obviously we want to be inclusive for all employees across the board. Then fill behind the windows. So I'll go through that in a bit later, but yeah, we'll work with you to decide what you want to put behind the windows, whether it's gifts in the form of vouchers, whether you want to send gifts out, but there is a time on that, and we're getting a little bit closer to Christmas, or you don't want to put too many things that cost money, which is understandable. We've got quite a lot of ideas to share. Sorry, I'm talking really quickly because I'm conscious of time and that I can talk for England. And then we'll send it out to everybody, and everyone begins unlocking. It's very straightforward. So your employees will receive a link that can either come from us, but we recommend it probably comes internally, because they're more likely to open it than they would from me if it was from an internal contact. They register. That can be as straightforward as you want it to be. It can just be an email address and a password, or if you wanted to find out a little bit more information, then you can ask that, and they would log in. They've got their advent calendar, and then each day they would unlock something different. These are just a few designs just to give you an idea really of flexibility. So you can see this one here is quite festive. You've got your red, your greens, and a very Christmas orientated. We've got this one here, which is still festive, has a little bit of a luxury feel, but also isn't over the top. And then this one down here is a little bit fun, a little bit different. And then you've got one in the corner, which you can see is a bit more basic, and you know, if you just wanted your company colours in a bit of snow, we can do that. So just to talk about a few ideas that you can put behind the window, because there really is so many, and it is entirely up to you. What a lot of people are doing is they're starting off with a gift voucher. This will obviously entice the employees into logging in each day, because once they've received something, they'll go, well, hold on, what am I going to get next? And that can be, that could be as little or as much as your budget allows. And then we've got some fun stuff. So submit your best Christmas maybe video message at the end of the week. You can announce the winners and then give them the prizes. And a few more competitions. So there's two things that we're seeing really, really popular, along with obviously the vouchers, but those aside, is a charity donation. So it's not just giving to the staff, but you can also give back to the communities. And I think almost all of our ones we've secured are going to do a charity donation, as well as a sustainability approach and planting a tree on that staff member's behalf, which is another nice idea. And it's not just focusing on giving out gifts to everyone. There's a little bit different there. And then just some kind of, again, some things that don't cost money would be, I'm sure you might have all seen it, Elf Yourself video. We can just upload the photos of the most senior people, and everyone can watch them dance away as elves. And it's actually really fun. I did it the other day just as a test with my friends, and I was laughing. So it's a great one. And then one of the other ones, which is super popular, and you can place this wherever you wish on the calendar, whether the start or the end, but a pre-recorded message from either the CEO or the boss saying, thank you, wishing you well, and a Merry Christmas. We can also send physical gifts out. That isn't a problem at all. It is just there is a time constraint, especially now with the most recent lockdown in the UK. Things might slow down a little bit. That also makes me go on to, there is a 2-week lead time in getting the website built, and going a bit to and fro with yourself and me and my developers, just to make sure it's perfect. Comfortable time would be 3 weeks. However, from 3 weeks today would be the 1st of December. So we can do it in 2 weeks, definitely, but it's just to bear in mind what you guys might need to get on your end. There's a little bit of pressure, but I do want to be honest, because I don't want to say that I can do it in a week and then we won't be able to. There you go. So we can do it for as many people as possible. We have got minimum number of 10, and then we can literally do it for 1,000. So we're doing one for 6,000. There's no issue. We can also do it for staff wherever they are in the world, because it's an online platform, and they will just log in and they'll receive their voucher. And if you say you went for an Amazon or either the UK company or the like Spanish Amazon, for example, it's very flexible, and there's always possibilities, there's always alternatives to the staff. Everyone's getting the same thing. That being said, if you want to give them different things, you can do that too. We have a setup fee which starts from £9.95, and it differs slightly when you increase your numbers. And then we also have a per person fee, which decreases the higher your numbers go. The setup fee is simply the website build, and that's what the cost is for that. And then the per person fee would be our event management fee. And we can assist in all of the comms. I can write it all up for you and send across to you. All you guys would need to do would be to send it out, and I'm happy to do that, unless you prefer to do it internally. It's up to you. We do recommend, so the gift allowance, you can really choose whatever you want to spend per person. You can choose, £40, or you can choose £200 per person. It really, you guys know your budgets, and it depends. But we do recommend a minimum of £50, just so what you're giving is a substantial amount. And like I said, if your budget's quite low, you could do a 5-day calendar and do 2 windows where there's something that costs money, and then the rest is just some festive fun. And you can also use it to incorporate a lot of messages you might wanted to give out to staff that you wouldn't be able to now, because you're not going to be in the office with or anything like that. And it's a nice way of getting in touch with everyone. And another thing I did want to speak about briefly, but I will try to keep it as festive as possible, is this is festive focused, what I've just showed you. However, there is a possibility for next year the stuff as an advent calendar. There's many ways you can kind of call it. And one of the ones we're actually doing with someone is 12 months of sustainability. And each month something's going to be unlocked, and it'll be educational. There might be something where the company's given back, or there might be something for them, but we haven't got into the nitty gritty yet. But it's just so you know that there's flexibility around this. And then there's my details. So if you did want to get in touch, then please do.
Awesome.
Thank you. That's a really great initiative. Love that. That's fab.
Yeah, it's great, Leanne.
Let me just stop sharing my screen. There you go.
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah, chat box. I'm going to share the presentations after.
Sorry, I've lost.
do you want me to just see if there's, I'm just reading through now.
Oh, there is she back?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
There she's back. She's back. Yeah, so we'll share the presentations with everybody afterwards.
Yes.
And we'll also add this recording and send a link out to everybody, and then we'll also add it to our websites, etc. So
yeah, okay, fantastic. I'm glad everybody's enjoyed it. It seems to be getting a really good feedback. Yeah, so I think next week's showcase we might have to put back a week, just because of all of the chaos with people having to close, etc. So we need to kind of regroup a little bit, but we will be in touch with everybody who's signed up for that, and I think we'll possibly amalgamate the two. Okay.
but thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Really
Thanks for having us.
Fantastic ideas, everybody. Keep in touch, and we hope to see you all soon.
Stay safe as well.
Stay inside.
See you,
Bye. Brilliant.
Bye, everyone. Thanks,
Bye.
Leanne.
Bye.
Thanks for inviting me and Una.
Thank you.